Well, all right, everybody. I'm gonna try to get this Maytag engine put back together and get some work done on it. Hone the cylinders, got the new pistons and everything, rings. Let's see if we can't get this thing back together and see if it'll fire up this time around. Keeping my fingers crossed. Let's just get on with it, all right? Well, folks, I brought this one jug out here to the sunlight. I want to get that carbon build up out of here. And then I'm going to do these jugs. That you cannot even catch your fingernail or what little bit I have. They're just smooth. And I'm going to try to put some crosshatches back in there. I was fitting up my sandpaper on my the brake caliper honer. I'm gonna spray a little bit of this WD-40 down in there. Maybe it'll break it loose a little bit, I don't know. We'll see. Can't hurt nothing. Then I'm gonna take this. Actually, I'm not doing a bad job at all. Actually, that worked very well. A little bit left right up in there. So, let me work on that a little bit more and I'll bring you back. As you can see, it cleaned it up pretty good, got all that carbon out. Now, I'm gonna try to take the glaze, let me take you back out here in the sun. All right, I'm gonna try my best to just take the glaze off of that and put a few crosshatches. What little bit of crosshatch you see right there is where I was fitting a piece of sandpaper in. These are as loose as I can get them. I don't wanna just use that stone. The guys that I actually watched on YouTube, what they done was took a piece of paper, sandpaper, 320, and wrapped it around one a couple of times like this. Then held it together and wrapped it up like this. And they stuck it in there. There. We'll tighten it up a little bit. It's a learning curve for me, folks. don't know if that done anything, if those fingers were too loose. Yeah, I think just trying to put the cross hatches back in it. I know I'm all over the place with this, y'all. Try again. And yes, I'm nervous doing this. Very nervous. I don't want to tear nothing up. It's got some cross hatches on it. Bring you back out here to the sun. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's get down here. I don't know if that's good enough or not. Okay, folks, that's about the best I can do. I don't know, I might have ruined it. I tried not to ruin it, tried to make it right. Alright. Alright, this is the before picture for the next one. Take it out here in the sun. Okay, this is the before. That one's crosshatch, number 2. Still a little. I knocked the glaze off of it. Hopefully it'll work. Okay, that's cylinder number 2. Looks a lot better than it did a few minutes ago. And I swear those, you cannot feel those lines right there. There's some oil in here. All right, got the one big ring and the 2 small ones. Spread this out just a little bit. I seen this on another, this is not my idea. I seen this on another YouTube channel for getting this bigger ring past this so it don't get in this top groove. I don't know how this is gonna work. They made it look easy. I don't have the ring compressor. I don't have a ring compressor. And with all this oil, let's see how this is gonna work. Lay that down right there like that. Feed this ring under this one. and under this one. Try to spread this out a little bit. This ain't easy with all this oil on my hand. I'm hoping y'all are in. Well, it worked. Them sure are. Yes, sir. All right. Let's see if we can get this one on. Shouldn't have to use those gauges. That one went on. And that one went on. They went on pretty easy. I'll have to turn them when I go to put them in the cylinder and that. Well, that worked. Let's see if we can get the wrist pin in. Let's get some oil down in here. Get a Q-tip real quick. Y'all like my old can? That was my daddy's. All right, this side goes up. Well, that one's on. Now I gotta put these caps in. They just mash in there. Oh, that one went a little too far, but that's all right. I'll bring it back some. Try to get this new cap in there. I just push in like that. Make sure they ain't sticking out. Just, alrighty. Well, that's the intake side. This is up. This is the cylinder for it. This is called gasola, and I'll mention the two names that I seen using this stuff for putting on here. It's a thread sealant, but it doesn't get hard. But the two guys that I seen use this stuff, that's just to help seal it a little bit. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on there, or I don't know, we'll see. I want to do something first before I do all this. I'll bring y'all back. I got to get stuff orientated a little bit better. Okay, I got the top small ring turned here to the side, as you can see it. I got the big bottom ring turned to the corner to where the exhaust isn't going to hit it. That one on the top is not going to be on the intake side. And this other small one on this side, it'll be okay if it's near this right here, because that's how you take the bolts off of the connected rod. So it'll be okay on that side, or I might just turn it a little bit around here too. Let me see. All right, everybody. I don't know how this is gonna go. Trying to get the oil up in there. Try to get one ring at a time. I'm trying not to tear nothing up. Sorry for my head anyway. All right, they're on there. Alrighty, I'll bring you back when I get it bolted. Alright, everybody. This one's pretty much on and torqued or tightened. Alright. So both the jugs are on, everything. So let's start getting it back together. And yes, I did oil both the journals down in here on the bottom of the connecting rod. I ran oil down in there too, cleaned it all out first and everything. Okay, let's get this jet back in here. And this line on it right here is for is if it floods, the fuel can run back into the gas tank. And you want it sitting flush just like that. Then this in, and I did clean the jet. That's flush. I don't want it sitting above. Sitting a little bit above. All right, there we go. This check valve is loose. So, all right, got that done. The reason I put this gasola on here is these are machine surfaces, and you don't really have gaskets for them. So, the two gentlemen on YouTube used that, and they also used some on this pipe just for a sealant. So I did the same thing. Let me do something here. Get these two started by hand. Well, y'all, I thought I'd hit play, but I didn't. I got this in, got the Allen bolt in. I'm sorry, I'm not taking it back apart. All right. I did something different. I redone these connectors right here. I didn't like the way they looked on the first go around, so they're redone. To get this put on. It's tightened up. Sorry about that. I need to, let me get this put on. That put on and tighten down. Slide this back. I bought a new keyway. I just wanted a new one. Get that put in. There we go. All right, that's all the way in. Got that done. Now, I just need to roll these points up to where they're open to make sure I got 20 thousandths gap. All right, 20 thousandths. Pretty good. I'm gonna say that's good. So let's unbag this stuff. Let's get this thrust washer on with it's got a key slot too. I get my flywheel. up. Make sure I got everything. Yep. Just back up on there. Let me get my ratchet. All right, that's on there. Hook these spark plugs up. That thing snap on there tight. That one's on there. All right, I'm gonna set it on the floor. Got the plugs on. That on. We got gas in it. We got it turned to start. Uh-oh. I tried to prime it a little bit. I don't know, y'all. I'm at a loss. Hello, everybody. All right, it's a different day. It's the next day. I was a little frustrated yesterday, so I just stopped, let it sit overnight, took a couple breaths. I've done a compression check on this engine this morning, and the cylinders will be replaced. I will be ordering them today. It is still down very low on compression, even after I honed the cylinders. I don't think I honed them too much, even though you couldn't feel those grooves in there, or you couldn't feel the lines on it. I'm gonna give that a shot. That's bottom line. I'm just gonna order a set of those jugs. But first and foremost, I would like to thank Ted and Sherry from Miller's Stumps and Firewood. Without them, I wouldn't have this opportunity. I've learned a lot, like I said in the last video, but I'm very grateful to them for gifting me this engine. It will run again. It's not going to beat me, I promise you that. But I love this stuff. And my goal is to get this engine running. I do have a plan for it. And I know it takes me a while to get my plans together and get everything going, but I do have a plan for it. The next thing I want to say is thank you to Jack at Log Cabin Firewood and his grandmother, because my second goal is to get that Ford garden tractor running. It's still sitting on my trailer, but it's been covered up under the thick, good tarp that Heath and Rachel gave me. It's not sitting out in the weather like it's raining today. That garden tractor is not being rained on. It's not sitting out in the sun. I'm going to get it in the building here in the next day or as soon as it quits raining. And that way I can work on it a little bit while I'm waiting on the parts, some more parts to come in for this Maytag. But I appreciate everybody. I appreciate all y'all, I really do. But as I'm sitting here doing this video, I just happened to notice there is a praying mantis sitting on my little tire changer, and I'll show you that here in just a second, all right? Pretty cool. All right. With all that being said, I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much for tuning in. Aim high. Oh, wait a minute. One other thing. The Husqvarna, it still has a small oil leak. Nothing like it was. But I do have plans for that too. I know. I really want to split some wood. That's what I had planned on doing today, but it is raining. But aim high, and we'll check you in the next one, all right? We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.